Hello Pisces, this is your April forecast. Well, my lovely Pisceans, it's a busy time up there in those heavens. We've got Mars going retrograde in the middle of the month and Mercury at the end of the month also going retrograde. So let's break down your forecast into bite-sized pieces for you. On the 6th of the month, we've got Venus coming into your second house of money, joining a lot of planets all in this money house for you this month. So Venus into your house of money can bring you a gift. It might mean you buy yourself a nice gift. It could bring you some good news financially, or maybe a new business idea that's got the potential to be very lucrative for you. It's also in this second house a lovely time to focus on valuing yourself, on really looking at how wonderful, how special you are, and really taking that in, breathing in your specialness and how beautiful you really are, because that's what these planets in this second house really want you to understand. Because the more you can do that, the easier it will be for you to earn money, the easier it will be for you not to worry about money anymore, not to have any money worries really, because you'll just be in the flow with who you are and what you're about and how special you are. It's amazing, you know, how that really works. So I'm just going to suggest that maybe you start a gratitude journal, you start writing in how grateful you are for all the wonderful things that you do have in your life. And you'll see that with this triggering of this whole area, because it's going to get triggered by the new moon on the 7th, but in fact, yes, let's cover that. New moon on the 7th, on the 6th, Mercury goes into the 3rd. I'll talk about that in a moment. But this new moon giving you an opportunity to really reevaluate how valuable you are. When you see your value, when you come from a place of joy and upliftment, people want to be around you. They want to buy whatever products or whatever services you've got. And this is what this new moon is igniting for you. It's also igniting some new beginnings for you as far as your money is concerned. So you may have an opportunity to get a new job, move your career into a new direction, or just some good financial new beginnings there for you with that new moon in the second house. As I said, on the 6th, Mercury moved into your 3rd house. Mercury in the 3rd house has everything to do with good time for learning, for studying, for connecting, for communications of any kinds. Because it doesn't go retrograde until the 29th of the month. So you've got quite a few weeks where it's nicely direct and you can really maybe do some negotiations, connect with some very interesting people, really buzz up your social life with Mercury there in that 3rd house. And also very good for any kind of examination or any certification that you need to get, or any kind of teaching course that you wish to develop. That too will be great there with Mercury in your 3rd house. And on the 17th of the month, we do have Mars going retrograde. This month retrograde in your 10th, and next month, more about that next month, into your 9th house, which I shall discuss at that point. So Mars retrograde is not the best time, and it's retrograde until June 29th, so it's not the best time for starting a new project. But it is also a very good time for resolving conflicts, for where feathers have been ruffled, where it's been difficult. And especially for you with Mars retrograde in the workplace, in your career, you may be able to resolve an issue that's been going on for a while. An opportunity where everybody can see one another's perspective and understand it, maybe not necessarily agree with it, but understand it and really make an allowance for it. So this is going to be great. Also, wherever Mars goes retrograde in your chart shows where you need to maybe put some renewed effort into an area. For you, Pisces, it may be some renewed effort into your career, into your work, into balancing your home life with your career life, bringing some more balance there. It's not a good time for starting a lawsuit. If you start any kind of a lawsuit, it's quite likely that you would lose it. But equally, if somebody starts proceedings against you, it's likely that they would lose. So the tendency when Mars is retrograde is to just have certain irritations, things that are just a little irritating to you, and I'm going to suggest that you bring yourself into the present moment. Whenever you are feeling that irritation, you're feeling the tenseness, your shoulders tensing, your gut tensing, just notice it, bring yourself into your physical body, breathe, and focus your attention on something else. And you'll find that that irritation will just dissipate. You'll even wonder what the hell you were irritated about in the first place. So it's a very good thing to do during this Mars retrograde. Now on the 20th of the month, we've got the Sun coming into this third house, shining a light on communications of all kinds. Good time to start a blog, to write, to communicate with a new group of people. Good time to organize a website. Good time to redesign your website if you've got one. Really good aspects for that in your third house, and also a very good time to consider starting a new course of study of any kind whatsoever. You may also find yourself involved more with technology. Maybe you're learning something new technologically that's going to enable you to have things more easy for you rather than difficult as they may have been in some ways. And on the 22nd of the month, we have got a full moon happening up here in your 9th house. And a full moon in your 9th house, lovely Pisceans, shining a light on a possible trip, travel somewhere exotic, somewhere you've not been to before. It's shining a light on you reaching out internationally. Of course, it's so much easier to do that now with our internet and our connections, but you also might be doing some business. Maybe there's a business deal that comes to fruition that has an international flavour to it. It's also shining a light on your spiritual direction. You may find yourself wanting to go on a retreat. You may find yourself wanting to study with somebody or to mentor or coach other people in some awakening that you've really had recently. Because Pisceans, you're very in tune with all these kinds of, shall we say, otherworldly things. And you have a lot to share in this area, and also a lot to learn. So this moon is shining a light on that area for you. And it could also be a culmination, a completion of a course of study that you've done, and you completed it, or you're getting close to the completion of it. And finally, on the 29th of the month, we do have this Mercury going retrograde in your 3rd house. And I am going to say, don't buy anything mechanical during this Mars retrograde, and especially because Mercury is in that 3rd house going retrograde from the 29th of April until the 23rd of May. This will be a wonderful time for reading, writing, communications, maybe a little bit slower. Journeys may be a little bit delayed, so allow yourself just a little bit of breathing space, a little bit of extra time so that you're not just skidding in the last moment for an important meeting, or maybe even to catch a flight or a plane or a train. But it's a good time for reflecting though on what beliefs you have, what you're believing, because of course if you believe something can happen, if you believe you can be in complete health, and you really believe that, then you're going to create the conditions in your life for miracles to happen. So think about your beliefs. Think about what you believe about your finances and your money, since that's a focus this month with the new moon there. And think about what new beliefs you'd like to have to enable you to create the kind of financial security that you're really looking for, at least many of you. So there you have it, my lovely Pisceans. Thank you so much for listening, and I really appreciate your comments and your feedback about my videos, because it enables me to add things, to make changes, and to make them more enjoyable for you, which is what I really want to do. Because I love making these videos for you. I feel so joyful when I'm making them, and I do hope that that transmits over the cyber waves to you, and that when you're watching these videos, you too get a boost of upliftment. Have a wonderful month. Bye for now.